Tech War will continue right after this.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Introducing the best of Farley and Farrell. Woo! The ultimate double shot of comedy from Time Life Video.
Oh my God, it was hot!
All the gut-busting moments from SNL's Heavyweight.
Lay off me, I'm starving!
We've got a great show lined up for you.
You'll get the best of Chris Farley and the best of Will Ferrell. That's 2 VHS or DVDs bursting with over 50 hilarious routines, all for only $29.99. But that's not all.
Hey, Saddam.
Monica, you never call me anymore.
Call right now with your credit card order and you'll get an incredible bonus volume, the best of Adam Sandler. You'll get all 3 jam-packed DVDs or VHS, and you still pay only $29.99.
Would you?
Definitely.
You're such a whore.
It's all your favorite Farley.
Now you kids are probably asking yourselves, hey Matt, how can we get back on the right track?
It's all the funniest Farrell.
My name is Greg. I did drugs once. I am a Spartan. So check me out.
Plus all the silliest Sandler.
You mean a candy?
You'll get the biggest laughs from the biggest stars, plus DVD bonuses, including rehearsal outtakes you didn't see live. You won't find this offer anywhere else, so call now with your credit card order to get all the best of Farley, Farrell, and Sandler. That's over 3 hours of SNL's best on 3 DVD or VHS for only $29.99.
Call 1-800-467-4SNL with your credit card to get the best of Chris Farley, Will Ferrell, and Adam Sandler on DVD or VHS for only $29.99 plus shipping and handling. That's 1-800-467-4SNL to get all 3 volumes or order online at timelife.com.
And now back to Tech War.
It's hard to follow preachers. I don't preach, but I read well. John Osteen was very much a public figure. Most in this church today knew him in that regard and admired and esteemed him. But what was he like up close and personal? What was he really like day in and day out? What was the private side of this very public man like? As much as you all admired and esteemed the public John Osteen, I admired and esteemed the very private man, the man who was my father. I'd like to tell you about the devotions of this private man. My father was first and foremost devoted to a simple life. He resisted the fast pace, the hustle bustle that's so common today. Thanks. I'm not starting over. He enjoyed simple pleasures. What did he like? He liked strong coffee early in the morning. He loved cornbread and buttermilk. He loved good jokes. And oh, how he loved to laugh. I can almost hear him cackle now. He loved the smell of a barnyard. I never quite understood that. He loved that still, quiet hour just before dawn. He loved to watch storms. He loved Astros baseball. He loved Little House on the Prairie and Wheel of Fortune. He didn't collect anything. He didn't have a hobby. He didn't hunt. He didn't fish. He couldn't repair anything. But he loved to laugh at himself when he tried to do it. He was quite an athlete. He loved to race. And I remember when I first finally beat him when I was 14 at a foot race. I think he could still beat Lisa last week. You know, my dad was a man of integrity. He was an original promise keeper. He did what he said he would do. His word was as good as his handshake. Because of this, people trusted my father. They trusted him with their money, with their children, and with their very lives. What you saw my dad preach from the pulpit on Sundays and Wednesdays is what I saw lived out every day of his life. That is integrity. My father was devoted to Jesus Christ. His greatest desire was to serve him with every fabric of his being, every day of his life. Growing up, I never remember a day, listen to this, I never remember a day when he wasn't up, often long before daylight, reading his Bible, seeking his God in prayer. He often had times of solitude and fasting. Many times I remember awakening at night with my dad at the foot of my bed, praying for me. My father was devoted to his family. He showed us that family was of high value, but family could be fun. He loved to take us on vacations. He loved to take us on adventures in the woods. He loved to tickle us, and man, we loved to tickle him. He was really, you think he was a good preacher? He was great at hide and seek. He loved to throw the baseball, and he loved to hit me grounders. He moved us to the country so that we could have more room and for a tree house and for a tire swing and a big dog. He provided for us. He loved to surprise us. This is important. Listen to this. He loved my mom. He never made us go to church, ever. But he sure made us want to go to church. He made God so alive and so real and so attractive. He was a great parent. He showed us clear boundaries with lots of instruction, reinforced with firm, never harsh discipline, all wrapped up in lots of love. He was always willing to admit a mistake, always. We saw him model for us how to reach out and love and provide for and stay in contact with his own family, his mom, his dad, his sisters, Aunt Jackie, his nieces and nephews, all of my mom's family. He loved them all. My father was devoted to spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. You saw it from the pulpit and the television. I saw it at the grocery store, at the ballpark, in an airplane, at the car dealership with his family and with my friends. I remember Russell Troop. Russell was one of my best friends. We used to go bass fishing and hunting together. We used to play golf and play baseball together. His parents never took him to church. My dad loved Russell Troop. He loved him. I can't tell you how many times we'd be out there playing hoops in our driveway, and here comes my little short dad, put his little arms around big, sweaty Russell Troop and say, "Russell, do you know I love you? And do you know Jesus loves you?" Honestly, to me at 16, this was quite an embarrassment. A year after I left to go to college, Russell Troop found my dad. He found Jesus Christ, and he served in this church until he was tragically killed in his mid-20s. That is a passion for the gospel. Finally, my father was devoted to people. He loved deeply from his heart. He loved unconditionally. In his presence, you always felt acceptance. He loved people of every color. He loved the poor. He loved people trapped in sin. He loved people that were alone and helpless, those overwhelmed with life. If you felt like you were unlovable, you come to Daddy, because you know what? He'd love you. He loved when it wasn't popular to love. He loved when you injured him. He loved you when you made mistakes. You know what? My dad loved radically. So from the devotions of this very private man, did he leave a legacy? That's my question. Let me tell you about his children. All 6 are passionately committed to Jesus Christ. 4 are in the full-time ministry, 2 part-time. We all love strong coffee early in the morning. We all parent with clear boundaries, wrapped up in lots of love. We're all devoted to our own families. 2 of us live in the country with tire swings and a big dog and a tree house. We all still love to play hide and seek. Tamara loves Little House on the Prairie, and you'll be glad to know that Joel's been seen to watch Wheel of Fortune. I can honestly tell you, though, I told everybody nobody's going for the buttermilk. This is what I want to say. From the simple devotions of a private man, it was hard to realize that this was my brush with greatness. My father was the greatest man that I've ever known, and he's the greatest one I've ever been around. I consider it a privilege to have known John Osteen. I consider it an honor to have had him as a father. I consider it a blessing to have called him Daddy. When I was a little boy and was scared at night, I'd always call out, "Daddy, are you there?" And he'd answer back, he said, "Yeah, Paul, I'm here, I'm here." And I go, "Yeah, but Daddy, is your face, is it turned toward me?" And he'd go, "Yeah, Paul, I'm here, and my face is it's turned toward you." You know what? He's no longer here. But you know what I'm confident of? His face is still turned toward me.
Thank you. You may be seated.